Cats Diamond Painting, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. I'm here today to do a sneak peek of a Diamond Art Studio upcoming release, and I have been so excited to get my hands on this one. So I've still got it exactly as it arrived. I won't turn it over because you would see my personal details, but basically this is how a Diamond Art Studio painting arrives to you. It comes in this really thick, sturdy, clear cover, and then underneath is their beautiful wrapping. So I'll start to get into that as I explain to you what this is about. So this is a sneak peek for a kit with a slight difference, because a lot of people will already have seen this kit. It was actually previewed probably a couple of weeks ago now, when Diamond Art Studio were in the middle of an exhibition at the NEC in the UK. There was a craft show on, they had a stall there, they took lots of kits, and they took some of their new upcoming releases, and they announced this in their Facebook group, and people on their Facebook page rather, and people kind of went a bit wild for them. So a lot of people will have seen this, and some people will already have got their hands on it as well, because they did take a small number to the NEC show so that they could sell them. But the main website release is coming up on the 28th of November, which I believe is a Tuesday. So they will be taking all of the new kits that they released at the NEC, their remaining stock of those, plus some stock of some of their older, really popular kits that have been out earlier this year. And also, very excitingly, a few spare advent calendars that they have. Diamond Art Studio did this incredibly cool design for an advent calendar this year, which was like a blank canvas, and then you opened up the envelopes for each day and it gave you a chart to fill a square on the canvas. It's brilliant. There's lots of sneak peeks available for it, so you should check those out. So Diamond Painting Lisa has one. I believe Add More Zest and Diamonds and Washi also have them. So check those out. It's highly in demand, and they have a very small amount of stock of those. So do check their website on the 28th of November if you are hoping to grab any of these. So this kit is one of the Helkoryo designs that they are releasing on the 28th. Helkoryo is an incredibly popular artist at Diamond Art Studio. They have a few of her pieces already, and they sell out like that. I have Outside the Sweet Shop from Helkoryo, which I unboxed a couple of months ago now, so do go check that out if you're interested. But this is a new one that I love just as much. So I'm going to stop wittering on and get on to this now. I just wanted to show you how a Diamond Art Studio kit comes, because I absolutely love this. This one's got a teeny bit crunched in shipping there, but no problem whatsoever. So it comes beautifully wrapped in brown paper, and you will have this lovely purple ribbon and a little thank you note tucked underneath, and then with links to their socials. Diamond Art Studio are a UK-based company, just in case you're not aware, but they do ship worldwide. Purple is very much their colour, as you will see a bit more as we get into it. So the purple ribbon is just a really nice touch. It gives you that kind of touch of luxury, I think, of like opening a present. So I'm going in. Oh, and it's stuck down the other side, so can't go in that way. Right, I'm ripping it open. It really does feel like opening a present. I love it. I hope they never change the way they wrap these, because I don't know of any other companies that do this, and it's just such a nice touch. Right, so in through the brown paper packaging, you will see the Diamond Art Studio box. So what did I say? Purple. Purple, purple, purple. It is very much their branding. And you've got this lovely holographic shimmery effect on it, and the pictures of the diamonds are beautiful. This will just tell you a little bit about it. So you've got the high quality painting canvas, poured glue and resin drills. Resin drills are increasingly quite important to me, I think, particularly with squares. I don't enjoy acrylic drills as much, so that's always a real plus point for me with a company. And a premium toolkit, which I will chat about a little more, because Diamond Art Studio are a company that offers you the choice of whether you want a toolkit or not. I often choose not to, just because I have plenty. But I do have one in here, I believe, so I can show you a couple of exciting changes that are coming up. And then on the other side, we've got a brief little instruction guide there and some links to their socials. So is there a little picture to show you? Yes. Okay, so today I am going to be unboxing City Streets in the Snow. I love it. I am so excited for this painting. Oh, okay. And it's a 60 by 60 centimetre painting that is square drills. I believe this one is only released in square drills. It's going to have a lot of detail in it, and square drills do give you the opportunity to pack more detail into a smaller space. So I'm not surprised when kits like this only come out in squares. Okay. Ooh, let me tip everything out. Okay. Now, let me get all the bits out. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you the new toolkit. So they've been revamping their toolkit, and it will be released in 2024 because they have some stock of the older ones to go through first. But I'm just going to show you some of the changes you can expect. Whoop, and you might have seen some already. So we now have a purple pen and pen grip. I'm trying to remember what it was before. I think maybe a clear pen. But yeah, they match, very on brand, lovely purple colours. The little pot of blue wax that you get. Oh, this has got a little bit stuck. I think they've been a little bit overly generous with these wax packs, patties of wax, because I can't get them out. So I've just grabbed some tweezers to pull those out. Okay, so I've mangled those a little bit, but the thing that I wanted to show you is that there are now 3 plates of blue wax in there. A lot of people prefer blue wax to pink wax and find that it lasts longer. But whether you go for that or not, because it's a personal preference thing, 3 plates is very generous and is going to get anyone through the painting, I would say. And the other thing that has changed is that we now have some lovely purple tweezers, and they're these, what are they called? Like elbow tweezers that have the special curve in them. Now, personally, I use a pen and multi-placer to place drills, but a lot of people use tweezers, particularly for things like A-B drills that can be a bit fussy with wax. But a lot of people just use them anyway and even multi-place with them. And I know that the people who do that often use these elbow tweezers and find that it's a lot easier to be precise with them. And because it's like this, you know, you can pick up a few drills like that with the flat bit. So that is the first time I think I've ever seen the tweezers that come with a company's kit being this kind. And that is really cool. And I love the colour. It's so nice. So those are the changes, and then on top of that, what you got before is a 7-placer and 4-placer in the thin plastic that's very nice and easy to use, and a little tray. So it's a really nice toolkit, and it comes in this lovely purple bag with branding on it. And these bags are lovely because you can just store anything in those, you know, it's much nicer than a little plastic bag, isn't it? So let me get those bits away. And I'm going to have a look at the painting. Oh, I can't tell you how excited I've been for this. So, if I tip the drills out, oh, look at that. Look at that rainbow of colours. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. Because you look at this painting and you see bright splotches of colour, but a lot of blue in the background. And then looking at this, I mean, obviously there's a lot of blues, but they're not as overwhelming as I thought they might be. You know, I was almost expecting half and half. But no, there's lovely bright colours in all sorts of rainbow shades. It's going to be stunning. So I'll get some of these out to have a look at in a minute, but I want to just focus on the canvas a minute first. So Diamond Art Studio uses poured glue for their kits, and they have this lovely soft canvas. So if you buy an older one from them that they've had in stock a while, and I'm not sure how many kits this still applies to, you will find the canvas is slightly different. It was a firmer, just less soft fabric, I personally found that great too, so don't worry if you have that, but this new one is lovely. It feels really lightweight but also really sturdy, and there's a nice soft backing. So I'm going to roll this back on itself to get it flat, because it is poured glue, so that is a thing I can do. And I will just put the stickers aside to show you in a moment. Oh, the colours! So you'll see in a moment another thing that is rather exciting about this painting. Let me unroll this. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I love it. Let me just pull it up so you can see the top part. And it's a little bit, the plastic cover's just a little bit crinkled in places. So I'm going to release it and put it back just so you don't see the, what's the word I'm looking for? So it doesn't affect your view, basically. You get this sometimes with poured glue canvases, and it can look like a crease in the actual canvas, but it's not. You can see now that's perfectly flat. It's just where the cover shifts a bit during transportation and so on. Okay. So this should lie nice and flat now. Yeah, much better. There you go. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I'm so happy with this. Right, so the thing that I was going to say that you may have noticed, if I take a little peek down here at the legend, can you see how many colours there are? This is another Max colour kit. Well, I don't know. Is it fair to call it a Max colour kit when they have kits that have twice as many colours as this? I don't know. You'll have to tell me in the comments, Sam, if you're watching, whether you would consider this a Max colour kit. But it's certainly got more colours than the average kit. 100 colours means lots and lots and lots of shading and detail and loveliness. So that's going to be really nice to work on. So I'll just give you a little tour of the canvas. Obviously there is the schematic on this side, as I've just shown you, but also up on the other side. And then on both of those as well, you have the kit code and the size and a little picture of the artwork. Then at the top, you have Diamond Art Studio UK Limited, their branding, their lovely purple diamond. And at the bottom, some links to their socials, their website if you want to make any purchases. City Streets in the Snow is the name of the kit, and the artist's details, Helkoryo. I just had to take a brief pause there because my son decided to start practicing his trumpet in the background. Hopefully I've managed to edit that out, otherwise it will sound rather random. So the canvas as well is very, very nice and clear. Let me zoom in and show you in a bit more detail. So you can see, where am I? You can see that it's all very, very nice and clear. Now they do warn with these kits with a lot of colours that there are basically only so many symbols you can use. There may be some that are slightly harder to distinguish, but it's definitely something that they try very, very hard to iron out. And I'm looking down the schematic now, and they all look pretty easy to tell apart to me. Another thing you might notice in this section is that there aren't any dark colour backgrounds with white on them. And the reason for that is Diamond Art Studio made a change earlier this year to use yellow instead of white for colours like this. The reason for that is when the canvases get printed, if it's a white space or shape in the middle of a darker background, basically nothing gets printed in it. There's just a gap is left with no dye. And that can mean that the colour from around it bleeds into that space. So what they do is they print it in yellow. So it's still pale, you still get that really good juxtaposition against the dark background, but it means that there's not colour bleeding in the same way. Right, let me zoom you out. I think what I'll do now is I'll take a look at the sticker sheet. I feel like I've done this a little backwards compared to normal, because normally I save looking at the canvas, but I've just gone straight into it today. So you will get a sticker sheet, or in this case, 2 sticker sheets, because there's a lot of them. These are a little bit curled around, so bear with me. But on the sticker sheet you will have a picture of the artwork there and some details, so that's really nice if you keep something like a logbook to have that to stick in there. And then some really nice clear stickers. So these are quite large. You may not use the whole sticker on your storage pot, depending on what sort of thing you've got, but you can easily cut it to where you want. You know, if you don't want, for instance, this number here and you just want the DMC and the symbol, that's easily done. So I'm just scanning through them again. And yeah, the symbols all look really nice and clear to me. That doesn't mean that there won't be any spots in the canvas where, you know, you have to concentrate a little bit more. But to me, that's part of the fun anyway. I think it looks like they've done a brilliant job, actually, of keeping these symbols really nice and clear and distinct from each other. And I spy at the bottom here some ABs. So there are 5 ABs in this kit, it looks like, and they all seem to be yellowy, orangey shades. So you can kind of work out, looking at this, where they're going to come in. Although I will go over that properly in a minute. I just think the premise of this artwork is so gorgeous, you know. The snow's come down, everything's kind of slick and wet and white. And then the lights, just the reflection from the lights glowing on the street. You know, you get that kind of reflection, don't you? And it's just, oh, it's gorgeous. I need to find better words, but all I can just say, looking at this, is how gorgeous it is. So, let's take a look at some colours. I came prepared with a tray today, and it even matches, sort of. Look, I found a purple tray. So there is a sticker on this pack, so that if you like to store your things separately, you know what they come from. I just have to find my way in. And then I will take a little peek at some of these just to show you the great quality they have. So they come in baggies. Diamond Art Studio does almost always use baggies. They did have a kit recently, the Advent, where they had to use heat sealed bags, but generally this is what they do. So let me just pull some out to show you what these look like in the tray. Here we are. So, I'm sorry about the lighting, it's kind of late afternoon here, so I'm trying to avoid shadows. But hopefully you can see how really nicely those have lined up. And they look very even. I don't see many blemishes on them at all. A couple of tiny holes in some of them, but you know, that's pretty common with resin. It's fine. And companies like Diamond Art Studio always allow some extra drills anyway, so that you can throw away the drills that you don't like. But yeah, they look really, really neat and tidy. Let's look at another couple of colours. Maybe some ABs too. Oops. Obviously I'm spilling drills because I always do. Where'd they go? Not too bad. I only lost 3 of them. Right, that's another colour I can look at. Maybe this nice teal. It's not really teal, it's turquoise, isn't it? A little bit of static in this bag. It's often the case, particularly with drills that are in baggies, and also particularly if they're good quality drills for some reason. Yeah, it may slow me down a little bit on kitting up, but I do have a video with some tips for dealing with static drills if this is something that you encounter as well. So again, those look really, really, really neat and tidy. They're lining up really well in my tray. There's no sort of knobbly bits sticking out and making them go wonky, and they look like they're going to be very nice to work with. Let me see if I can find some ABs, because I really like the Diamond Art Studio AB drills. They have quite a sort of solid coating on them that doesn't feel like it wants to lift up like like you get from some companies. Oh, there's still one on my thumb. Hang on. Try and put it back where it came from. Okay, reaching right to the back. And I got a nice orange AB. Okay, I always find ABs stick a little more in the tray, whatever company they're from. I don't know why that is. I guess it's something to do with the coating. But anyway, as you can see, these also look like great quality drills, and they've just got a really nice coating on them. These ones are very much, the colour matches the drill underneath, I think, just with extra golden tones. Because sometimes AB drills kind of change the colour of the base drill, don't they? But I reckon these are all going to be quite yellowy orangey to go in the lamp lights and those bits. That's my guess anyway. So yeah, there are some of the drills that you'll be working with if you get this kit. Let me put those away. Oh, mass spillage. Oh no. Okay, right, so I'm doing a really bad job of this. So I'm going to get these drills away, and then I'm going to pan over this kit once I've cleared the drill bag out of the way, so that you can take a closer look at it, and then I'll come back and try and spot where those special drills go, see if I was right. Okay, I hope you enjoyed having a closer look at this canvas. So I'm going to attempt to spot where the AB drills go. Let me see how I get on. So I'm looking for this little triangle first of all for a pale yellow AB. And I see that all around here and up in the lamplight and down this section of light here. An F is an orange one. I see a little bit up in that lamp up there. Oh, you're not actually able to see it, are you? Up there. And around this patch of light here as well. Then there's this symbol here, which I can't really describe, so I'll just show you. And is that in the same sorts of places again? Yes, I see it up there. I don't see as much of that one. 742 is a P. The F, by the way, that symbol that's an F was the one that I just got out to show you. I've just realised I haven't actually shown you the other ABs. So I might go back and dig those out in a second. There's a P symbol, which I see up in that one. That lamp up there is a bit more orangey than the others, I think. So there's little bits in some of the other sections, but not as much. And then there's an M. And I see that in the umbrella here. Oh, I love this umbrella. And then these patches of light here as well. Let me actually get those ABs out so you can see them. Here they are. So the M that I was just showing you that's in the umbrella and in these patches of light here, and then little bits in all of the other yellow patches that I can see, is this one here. And then this one, 445, is the triangle that I looked at first. So again, that's in all these patches up here, basically quite a bit of that one. The F is the one I already showed you, that was DMC 722, and then 741 and 742 are obviously quite similar. They're only one DMC apart. So talk about attention to detail, having both of those ABs in there. Those are the ones that were the funny symbol that I couldn't describe, and a P that there was just small little accents of, which, as you can tell, there's not that much of it. So those are the special drills. But to be honest, I think just the rainbow of colours and the shininess of normal drills is going to do so much for this painting anyway. I don't think it needs a lot of bling. You know, it really makes sense to have it in the places where they've charted it. And Diamond Art Studio do hand chart their paintings. So they are going over this very, very carefully and making sure that everything makes sense. And that does make sense to me to have the ABs in those places, but I'm quite glad there's not too much of it, if you know what I mean. In terms of whether this is a confetti lover or a colour blocking lover's dream, I think you got to assume in a 60 by 60 painting with 100 colours is not going to have a whole lot of colour blocking, is it? Let's face it. Mind you, I do see some blocks. So you've got these sections of black. There's like chunks in the umbrella. Up in that section, I see some sort of smallish blocks. So it's not horrendous if you love colour blocking. You know, there are options for your multi-placer to come out and play. But a lot of it is inevitably going to be a bit more bitty and confetti-like, which means that you're going to be changing out the colours in your drill tray more often and just doing a few drills in one colour and then a few drills in another, and so on and so on. But that is necessary in a painting like this, I think, to get the softness of the lighting and how it's cutting through the snow and the city scene. Yeah, I think it needs that softness to it. And Diamond Art Studio's rendering style is, you know, they don't go for kind of hard lines around things. It is more softer and gentle. And it's very in keeping with that to have a fair amount of confetti. But I mean, if ever it was going to be worth ploughing through some confetti, I reckon it's for this. I love it. I'm so happy with it. Okay. I think that's about all I have to say. I will stop drooling over the painting now and say my goodbyes. But yeah, just to reiterate that there will be stock released of this and other paintings on the 28th of November. If you don't already follow Diamond Art Studio's Facebook page, follow them there. They are an incredibly communicative company. They post updates on everything their customers might ever want to know. So if you follow them on there, chances are you will get any information that you want. Failing that, their customer service is fabulous if you want to reach out with any questions. But they will preview the kits before they get released on their page. There are others. I think there's one more from Helkoryo. And there are other artists as well. They've got some fabulous artists in their collection. You really should check them out. So yeah, lots coming up. I don't know how much stock they have for this release because I know that they have sold more than they were maybe anticipating at the NEC show, because once they previewed them, people were like, yes, I am coming, I'm getting that painting. But they will be restocking all of these paintings. So if you try to grab something on the 28th and you don't quite manage it, they do have more stock coming. I believe they're saying most likely early in the new year, depending on how long the freight takes. You know, what with Christmas and all that jazz. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed taking a peek at this with me, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.